And I've been working for the last year with a group that's trying to get impeachment proceedings started against Bush and Cheney. And as part of that group, you will have the right as a U.S. House of Representative member to stand up in the representative body and demand an immediate vote on impeachment. That is, the Constitution gives you that right. Additionally, if you are elected, between the time of you being sworn into office and Bush leaving office, you will have 17 days in which you will be active as a U.S. House of Representative member. My question is, will you be willing to stand up in those 17 days and ask that Bush and Cheney be impeached?
Why don't we just take it right down the line?
Yes, I will. I sponsored a bill in the Maine Senate, actually, to call for the impeachment of the President of the United States, and I was proud to submit it, the President and Cheney, and I'd be proud in those 30 days or 20 days
17.
or 17 days to do the same.
Thank you.
Given that I only know what I know now, and I may know different things at that moment, I would absolutely be willing to do it at that time, given what I know now.
Thank you.
And I'm going to say that I wouldn't. I think it's a waste of money, and it's a gesture, but it's an expensive gesture, and I don't think it'll lead to anything.
I'll disagree with Steve and say I would, but I think we also need to realize that these issues go well beyond simply acting on impeachment. And what has happened in this country has been a systematic undermining the Constitution in this country.
Great.
You know, this is a fascinating issue, and I know that it's come up, and I actually missed the one forum that we had. It was actually the only debate that I did miss, unfortunately, and I was sort of hoping that the storm was going to take over and miss it. But I'll tell you what, this war in Iraq is incredibly personal for me. I've lost friends out there. I've missed the birth of my daughter being out there. I've treated people that have been killed. I have a lot of enmity towards the Bush administration, but I'm not in favor of impeachment because I don't think it's going to bring our troops home sooner. It's not going to address our issues with foreign oil. It's not going to help get funding for education and health care. I'm interested in getting something done. I think the biggest problem we have in our country right now is the fact that we can't move forward in one direction. This red state, blue state, partisan bickering. I'd like to get something done, and that has nothing to do with how much I'm frustrated with the Bush administration, honestly. But I just think it's the wrong answer.
Thank you. Michael Brennan.
Thank you. Is that sure it's going to tie you? Take Adam out one way or the other. Thank you. I agree with the second part of Mark's statement. I think we need to repeal the Patriot Act. I think we need to restore habeas corpus. And more equally important, I think that we need to look at the bills that are before Congress now, which have to do with the Homegrown Terrorist Act and with FISA. And those are issues that affect our civil liberties right now as we speak and that Congress will be acting on. And what I've called for the last year is congressional hearings on all of these issues that have to do with torture, that have to do with warrantless wiretapping. And if Congress acts on that, and if there are criminal charges that come out of that, I think that those should be pursued. And that's one of the first things that I would do if I were elected to Congress in January.